Welcome back to the Collectible Card Guy channel. As you can see today, it's not cards, it's going to be Pokemon games. Figure we'd do a different video and walk through what I have in terms of Pokemon game collection. Man, the nostalgia flowing through right now. I've got some original Game Boy Color games, I've got some Game Boy Advance games, even have found a couple old consoles that I have still. But just want to give an update on what Pokemon games I have in my collection and possibly what we're going to target to collect going forward. Haven't really talked about video games on the channel yet, but I think that's one area where collectibles is on the rise, and even with the improvements and increase in video game grading, I think that's an area that will probably explode over the coming years, especially for vintage stuff. But this is really cool, so let's just dive in and take a look at what we have. So as you can see, I actually have a very nice and in very good condition Pokemon Red. The label is almost perfect, has a few light scratches on there, and maybe just a little nick near the top, but you can barely tell. It's in really good shape. Should still work. Last time I used it still worked. I've got a Pokemon Silver that's in really good shape as well. The label is a little bit more scratched up, as you can see the light there as it reflects, but still in good shape. Then I've got a Pokemon Crystal, which is increasingly been more difficult to find, but this is in really good shape. The label is still on and intact. The cover is in really good shape. A little smudge there on the back. It might just need cleaned off, but looks in really good shape as well. Let's try them out and see if they still work. Make sure we have some batteries in here. They do. I put them on red first. No guarantee that the console will actually work, but this appears to be working. And I want to play it. It still works though. That's cool. Alright. We know Pokemon Red works. I know these games get a little scratched up from going in and out of the cartridge area. Let's try the Pokemon Silver. See if that one still works. Solid boot. That's great. That's pretty awesome. No game save on that one, actually. Take that out. Let's try our Crystal. This one has been increasingly difficult to find and has gone up tremendously in value, even just used. Man, I really want to play these games so bad, but this is pretty awesome, being able to see these games still work, still in great shape. I think that's really something cool. Unknown there on the screen with Suicune running around in the background. A little harder to see on the screen, but might have to pick up a Game Boy SP. No game save on this one either, so that is really cool. Still in great shape. Alright, we also have a handful of Game Boy Advance games here, so we still have the Sapphire and Ruby version along with the Emerald, and we also have Pokemon Pinball, which was one of my favorites. I actually love playing the Pokemon Pinball game. These are in really great shape as well. I mean, they have, you know, just their normal wear and tear from being played, but the labels are still on there. The labels look in very good shape. That's really good to see that they've held up over time. Let's try to check out and see if these still play. I have no idea if this Game Boy Advance even works or not. We'll try the Pinball first. Looks like there's a couple batteries in there. Looks like the back of the battery holder has broken. Let's turn the sound up. Batteries are almost done. But hey, Pinball works. That's awesome. Loved playing that game. Alright, let's try the Sapphire. Pretty good boot. Screen's a little scratched up. Should probably look to get a new one. Okay, the game is stuck on the Game Boy screen. Let's try that again. Just looking to make sure the pins still look okay. Okay, there we go. Might just been a little bit of dust on in the cartridge. Sapphire edition. Very nice. Alright, that one works. Let's take a look at Ruby. Dust out of there. And looks like we're in good shape for Ruby. And I think the batteries just died on that. Let's try one more reboot. Let's see if we can get any more juice out of these batteries for the Emerald. The battery light's not even on anymore. Yep, it just went out. But it does look like it boots. It was just about to get to the screen. We might have to change batteries out and play these a little later, but these all work. They're in really great shape. I'll be holding on to these for a while because they've been increasingly more difficult to get a hold of, especially in good condition with the labels still intact and no other visible damage on the cartridges themselves. These ones still work. May have to look at the save batteries on them to see if they're still looking good or not. But overall, very happy with how these look. I have some other ones that I do want to show, so let's hop into that next. Alright, so this probably brings back even more nostalgia from the good old days. This is a original Pokemon Play It trading card game, PC disc for Windows 95-98, Wizards of the Coast. You can see the logo down here at the bottom, but this is the version 2. This would have come in probably a trainer starting pack, trainer deck, but this is really great. Last time I checked this did still work. The disc looks to be in really great condition, has the label on it in good shape, no real visible scratches on the top. The back has some smudging, but I don't see any chips or dings. It just may need clean, but overall it looks in really good shape. Again, last time I did play this, it was working. Still have the original case for it. We'll keep that in there. Looks to be in good shape. Just make sure you keep these in more temperature controlled areas, that way they don't start to wear out and the label peels over time, but looks in really good shape. So let's keep moving. Alright, so next I did purchase a Nintendo 3DS XL a few years ago. So this is the XL version with the larger screens. This is the Pokemon XY edition. I have played this, I have used this, but I still have all the original box and wrap and everything in it, and it actually works great. Hasn't been too long since I actually used it, but I figured, well, I might want to put it away and save it for a rainy day in the future. I did purchase the digital version of like Pokemon Yellow on here and play that a lot, but the Nintendo 3DS store is no longer in service, so you can't buy games anymore from there. So it's been very difficult for folks to continue to play these games. If you don't have a working 3DS, you can't really transfer those games anywhere else. Maybe in the future, if Nintendo straightens that out, that would be great, or at least put the original Pokemon games, digital versions, on the Switch and other other platforms in the future. But that would be great. Might see that in the Nintendo store coming up. Also, I have a copy of the Pokemon X 3DS game. This is copy that I bought when I got the console, so this still has the original game in it, still in good shape. Don't have the Y version, but I do have the X version. We'll probably look to expand our Pokemon game collection in the future, but let's also show what else we have. Alright, and finally, I The most recent purchase for Pokemon video games has been the Nintendo Switch Pokemon Edition Scarlet and Violet console. So this was I thought this was a really cool purchase. These were really hard to get a hold of for a while, and then retailers like GameStop's actually put in a whole second shipment out to seems to all the stores. Pokemon produced some more. So now these are pretty readily available at GameStops, local GameStops. I actually purchased two. This is the box for the one that I have open that I actually play with regularly, but I also have one that is still intact, hasn't been opened, all the seals are still on it, and I actually purchased an acrylic case and have that stored in there in a box for, you know, the collection. It'll probably never be opened, but I do have one that I use on occasion and play if I have a chance. But this is, you know, this is really cool as well to see another special edition Pokemon console. The retro consoles are really hard to get a hold of now, especially the Game Boys, the Nintendo 64 edition, Pikachu edition. Those have gone for quite a bit of money now, but this is still cool to have. So that's what my current Pokemon video game collection looks like. I'm really hoping to find and piece out all of the games at some point in the future. Might be a little bit more difficult to get them in really good shape at this point, but especially the yellow and blue edition and even gold edition, it's been a little bit more difficult to get one that's working, good condition, where the label is still intact and all, but we'll try to look at those. We may also look at getting into the graded video game area. A lot have been graded now, and those are commanding very high prices depending on which game it is, but we may look at those as well. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, go like and subscribe the page. It really helps us out. Also, take a look at our recent Pokemon card collection update video. That was the first one we did and published last week. Go take a look at that. Also, just stay tuned for upcoming Pokemon sealed collection rips. We'll do some pack opening, maybe some trainer box openings in the future. Also, remember to check out our YouTube Shorts playlist. We do daily pack rips on there. Every day we open a pack of cards, whether it's sports, trading cards, etc. So go check those out, and we'll see you in the next one.